gonna go old school. The GoPro is dead, and I've been shut in the house for a week since I got back from Florida. So I'm just up the street at a little park. So let's see if I find anything. I didn't do so well in Florida. Maybe I'm just a dirt girl. And there's no place like home. We've got a 66, 67, which may well be a penny. We're just gonna have to see what it is. I'm gonna dig this live, since I haven't been doing that for a while. It's hard to dig a plug here in South Georgia. It just is. That's a rock. Boy, this thing's giving me a fit. I lost it. It's a Ghost Rider. Let's see if we have found it again. Ta-da! We're on the board with a zinkin. Yay, there's no place like home. And we got another zinkin. That's two. So anyway, I'm back at the hometown. I've picked this place a million times and I'm still finding pennies, so there might be other stuff out here. This is where I found the crucifix ring. I'm going to try to dig this live, and one of the things I didn't mention, since I have been over this area a number of times, I'm actually going over it in all metal mode. That was interesting. So I have found about 5 pennies since I started. I haven't filmed them all because, I mean, they're pennies. But this one rang up with the possibility of being a nickel. It was bouncing between 23 and 26. So I could be totally wrong, but usually on the simplex, that is the ballpark figure. I'm guessing probably not this time, though. Something in this little clump right here. Oh, my nemesis. It's an eraser head. Man, those things they sound so good, and they're nothing. But there's something. It's more than I was hearing on the beach down in Florida. Wow. I just got a really crusty nickel. It is absolutely red from being buried. And it's a 1964. And that's encouraging because this is one of those places that was mostly filled back in the 90s for a construction site. So that means maybe this far out on the edge, there's no fill dirt. We're gonna keep going. I had to get out of the house today. I just couldn't stand it anymore. And our schools are suspended for 2 weeks. So there's nobody out here. And I'm not touching anything, so hopefully I'm safe. If I'm not, well, I'm gonna go out swinging. Another crusty nickel. I can't read the date on it at this point. 1980. Well, that predates the 1993 fill dirt, so maybe I'm onto something. I always dig the nickels. The Simplex loves them for one thing, but also where there's nickels, because of the weight of the nickel, there may also be gold. And I have found gold on this property. This is where the crucifix ring came from. So let me finish filling this hole and keep moving. I'm gonna have to go back to the car pretty soon and get some mosquito repellent. Yep, there are skeeters. Plugs I ever dug. The ground's a little bit moist over here right now, so they're actually holding together. I'm just trying to do this live, but I'm not sure I can since I'm using the Canon instead of the GoPro. There are, oops, something down there. Got it right here. Another nickel. Yep, another nickel. 1983. Well, we're going to town on these nickels, aren't we? Let's see if I can flip this back in. Oh, that's pretty. Almost got it perfect. Not quite, but pretty close. I didn't quite get it perfect, but for an old lady, it'll do. I think everything's good. Alright. As I was saying, still have some issues with the GoPro. I could really use some financial help getting either another GoPro or another battery. This one battery that came with it, I think, just doesn't hold a charge. And I forgot to charge the other one, so I'm dead in the water again. Let's go find some more nickels with gold underneath. This signal has all the earmarks of being a quarter. It's bouncing between 90 and 93. It could be something else too, but I've lost it. Let me find it again with the detector. Carrot's not finding it. 90, 91, 92. Right in here somewhere. I'm going to try to carrot again, but I think it's just too deep for la carrot. It does not like vegetables. Okay, I'm going to have to put y'all down here. I'll come back after I dig a plug. I had a terrible time. I dug the plug and I missed it. But I had to come over this way some. Then I kicked it back into the hole and couldn't find it. Eventually I found it, and it is, in fact, a quarter. So, on terra firma, I get the signals pretty much right. But boy, down there on the beach, I was a lost soul. Probably going to be an eraser head, but since a 2324 is usually a nickel around here, I gotta dig it. I just gotta. And she's out of the hole. And the jumpy little signal was in fact a nickel. Could have been a ring, but it was a nickel. I don't know what that says. 1990, I think. Nothing old, but consistent. I'm finding stuff here, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be real honest. You know, I was kind of floating on a My channel's doing pretty good. My health is doing pretty good, kind of high. When I went down to Florida, and it did not take long for me to fall into a depression when I could not find things down there. Even though the people I was with weren't really having a whole lot of luck. They were having luck before and after we went, just not while I was there. So I needed this trip just to know I do understand how to read my detector. I just don't understand how to read my detector on the beach. So it's not the detector, it's me. After digging some nails and pull tabs, pulled a quarter out. I'll introduce you to Gator, my new digging tool. He's actually a classic digging tool. Where is he? There he is. This belonged to my brother, who bought his detector from Kellyco back in the early 2000s, and he purchased this with it. He actually gave me that detector and some other items, and you're going to see more of that in a future video. It's going to take a little bit of time for me to figure out how it works, but yeah, Mr. Gator here, he's a handy dandy tool. And because I got Mr. Gator that I like so much, I'm thinking about giving away my Garrett digging tool. It has not been used very much. I mostly use my buddy Rambo. Other than very similar to this, where the paint is off the tip, the Garrett tool has no wear on it. It really has not been used probably more than 5 or 6 times. So if anybody would be interested in me giving away a slightly used digging tool, let me know. I hesitate to give away used things, but it's a really good tool, and I think somebody could get some use out of it. So let me know. Back to digging. Less than a foot from where I just dug that quarter, I got another signal. It's bouncing between 77 and 80. So it could either be junk or it could be a dime. Haven't found any dimes yet today. That'd be nice, since I found pennies and nickels and quarters. If a dime would come out. And this tool here, this is Rambo. This is my go-to buddy. He's very lightweight. Has these nifty little prongs on the end that I like. Well, whatever it is, it's out of the hole, and I'm not seeing it. So it may not be a dime. It may be a little eraser head or something. Bear with me. I know, Suze. Put on your gloves. I hate gloves. I hate headphones. I used to work on race cars. It's probably why I'm sick all the time now. And maybe I just missed the whole deal. Maybe it's not out of the hole at all. Maybe I missed the hole. Alright, well, we'll just dig a little bit more then. Or I might have pushed it. That's another possibility. I thought I was pretty well zoned in on it, but you never know. Well, let's dig some more. Hope y'all appreciate that I'm doing this with the cannon, holding it by hand. So if it's wobbly while I'm digging, I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. Sounds like it's out of the hole, and I'm just not seeing it. Ah, bingo! Ding, 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 ding! I called that one just like I saw it. One dimer. Woohoo! Susie's got one of at least one of each today. So, tell you what, my ego's feeling a lot better now. If I could just get a ring, I'd be happy. I'd be doing the happy dance around this park. No kidding. Me and my shadow took a little break. Came back. Still digging this in the all metal mode. And I got a new friend, if I can get it to focus. I think it's a dolphin. And it says friends. A little pendant. It's not silver or anything. It's just a bling thing. That I'm still finding goodies. I've been digging a bunch of pennies. This came as a mixed signal that might be junk, and this might be nothing. I'm not sure. It was very bouncy. I hate that I can't give you guys more live digs, but there, I can live dig you some can slaw. How about that? Well, it was bouncy, and it sort of reminded me of the weird signal that I had when I found that crucifix ring. So that's why I kept it with me, just in case. This one sounded in as a 90, 91. So I'm thinking a quarter. After nuts and bolts and can slaw, I'd be happy to see a quarter. Silver ring would be even better. There it is. And there it is. I can't even see. I mean, it's a quarter, I think. Yeah, looks like it. You just can't read the date on it. But it's a quarter, so yippee. We're still digging. Still in that all metal mold. Yeah, all metal mode. There's my car way out there. And so I have traveled through there, up through here, by there, over there, and up to a little picnic shelter where I'm at now. I'm gonna go after this, and if I find anything on my way back, I'll stop, but I'm pooped. I forgot to bring my water. I think I do have a candy in here maybe, though, or not. No, apparently I didn't bring the candy either. So definitely means I got to head back to the car now. There's still quite a bit of area here that I've never searched, and quite a bit more that I have not searched with this all metal mode idea that I'm trying. There's quite a bit out through there that I've never searched at all. So this place is far from dead. It's just gotten a new lease on life with the all-metal mode on the Simplex. So I'll give you a wrap-up after I get it all to the house. No major finds, but constant finds, and not a whole lot of trash. I think I have dug most of the trash out of this place, which is good for me because now all that's left is the goodies. So I'll wrap up with you later. I thank you all so much for bearing with me here. I know it's not glamorous, but it's real. And there's no place like home. This was my first hunt back in Georgia after my Florida trip. And while it doesn't look all that impressive, what you have to understand is that this is probably the most hunted place I go. I have been over this place countless times. I approached it a little bit differently by searching in all metal mode. This is from maybe an hour and a half with a break in the middle. So the end result, it was, of course, let me see if I can do this. I'm using the Canon camera today. I'm still having battery problems with the GoPro. I'm going to need to purchase some more batteries or something. The requisite junk pile of aluminums and pull tabs and wadded up foil, a piece of plastic that jumped out of the hole when I was digging something else, some iron assorted things. This looks like a rock, but I don't know what it actually is. It's very heavy. It may just be a chunk of lead. Bolts and nuts, the ever popular eraser heads, zipper pull, a bead that I eyeballed, and then we got some clad. We got 15 pennies, of which only 2 are copper, 4 nickels, 2 dimes, 3 quarters, a button that says military's equipments, and a little dolphin friend. I find a lot of things about friends when I search there. In my heart, I try to convince myself Tommy leaves them. Don't know if that's true, but anyway, here we are, the sum total of the search. We are kind of in coronavirus lockdown, but the place I went is very rural. There have been no people there for several days and will not be probably for another 2 weeks. I took my requisite supply of hand sanitizer and all of that good stuff along with me, and yet I did manage to do something stupid. When I was digging, I believe this little button here, it kind of flipped out of the hole, and when it did, some dirt flew up with it, and the dirt went into my right eye. It was extremely painful, and I wear glasses, so I had glasses. Somehow it went around my glasses, and so that, and I was on my way back to the car anyway when that happened, but that officially ended the trip. I tried to rinse my eye out with some bottled water, and that helped some. When I got home, I was able to wash it out with some eye wash, and that was that. But I believe from now on, just as a precaution, into my backpack, I'm going to put some eye wash I've never had that happen in over a year, where dirt went up and flew into my eye like that. But better safe than sorry. So folks, I would recommend making a little backpack. I have one now in my car that contains assorted things that I don't need to carry out into the field with me, but might need to get them from the car. It has a little first aid kit with some band-aids and that sort of thing. I do have a couple surgical masks. I now have some eye drops. I have an asthma inhaler because I have COPD. Wipes. I even have a little small pack of tissues, which can double for toilet paper in a pinch. Extra batteries, of course. I'm adding things as I go along. I have a little rain poncho. These are not things that I carry out into the field. They're just things that can live in the car. And should I need them, I don't have to worry about driving 20-30 miles home. So anyway, I wish I had been more prepared, but at least I had some clean bottled water and was able to get the dirt out of my eyes. It was not very pleasant, though. I'm gonna have to work on that. Anyway, this trip did me a lot of good, because the Florida trip was kind of a letdown through nobody's fault. It just wasn't good, particularly good hunting. I met some great people, though, and I will be going back to Florida again, Central Florida again, and the west coast of Florida, simply because that's where I'm from originally. Well, not originally. Originally, I'm from my mom. I was born in Iowa, but I was not raised in Iowa. I was raised in Orlando, Florida, before Disney. So, some places that we tried to go with the Weedy Boys that, in my memory, would have been great hunting places have now all been sucked up into these monumental parks and stuff. But we gave it a go. We tried. We may go back there someday when it's not spring break and on a weekend and still give it a go, because I do know things about that park that maybe someone who was not raised in the area don't know. But anyway, I'm rambling. I appreciate every one of you. I'm having some issues with my health right now. They are not corona related. They are insurance company doesn't want to pay for the proper medications related. Y'all just hang tough. If you've got to get out of your house and go detecting, my advice to you is to find somewhere that nobody's been for a while. Your chances of getting exposed are much less if you're 30 miles out in nowhere land. That being said, everybody please take care of yourselves. Don't be stupid and hoard up every single item in town. Other people need toilet paper too. Love y'all. Bye.